Hi everyone and welcome back to Maths and Physics with Mr. Simons. Today is grade 12 sequence and series lesson. We're doing this, it's become a bit of a compulsory exam question, right? So we must be able to find the value of x, k or whatever so that the series can converge, and sometimes we're going to be using sum to infinity to solve for x. I've also done a bonus for you. I went and found Prelim 2020 Gauteng where they've done that was the most difficult. They've asked this question as, and I'm also doing that as part of your classwork to hopefully help you so you understand. Right, so without further ado, let's look at the problem. Right, find the values that makes the series converge. So given the series, you see there we have variables 2x, 2x, 2x. So we have 1 plus 2x plus 1 plus 2x squared plus 1 plus 2x cubed plus etc. etc. Now, when they ask for what values of x will the series converge, we assume you remember for series to converge from the previous work we've done, r must be less than 1 and greater than minus 1 for series to converge. Right, so the first thing I need to solve, I need to find r. R will always be term 2 divided by term 1, the common ratio. So 1 plus 2x to the power 2 divided by 1 plus 2x. Assume you can see it's the same, so I can say 2 minus the exponent 1, and I'm left with 1 plus 2x, right? So in the place of r now, remember it's converging, so r is less than 1, greater than minus 1, r becomes 1 plus 2x. So to solve for x, I have to get x on its own in the middle here. So first, that's plus 1. If I take it across, it becomes minus 1. But what I do on one side, I must do on the other side, right? So there, 1 minus 1. So minus 1 would give me negative 2. 1 minus 1 would give me 0, right? I'm solving for x, so there it says 2x. So to get 2x to be 1, I'm always going to divide by 2. So 2x divided by 2 would give me x minus 2 divided by 2, and there's 0 divided by 2. Negative 2 divided by 2 would give me negative 1, and 0 divided by 2 would give me 0. So x is less than 0 and greater than minus 1. So all the values in between minus 1 and 0, if I substitute in the place of x, will give me a series where the values become smaller and smaller. It is converging, right, to a specific value. Right, now let's look at the next problem. Now, they say if the sum to infinity equals 2, calculate the value of x. Right, so that's a second different way of solving for x. Right, so just two different ways we can test in exam, but we'll definitely test one of the two. Right, so for sum to infinity, I remember that the equation is a 1 minus r. Right, s to infinity equals 2. A, my first term is 1 plus 2x. R, 1 plus 2x squared divided by 1 plus 2x gives me 1 minus 2x. Right, so if we say 1 minus 1 becomes 0, and negative times negative gives me positive 2x equal to. To get rid of the denominator, we're going to multiply it away because there it's division. To get rid of division, we use multiplication. So 2 times 2x gives me 4x equal 1 plus 2x. Take all my x's to the same side. So 4x minus 2x gives me 2x equal to 1. From there, 2x divided by 2 gives me x. 1 divided by 2, so x equal to half. Right, so if the sum to infinity equal 2, then the x values there all equal to half. Alright, now let's look at the prelim paper, the most difficult. We've tested this. Now, prelim Gauteng 2020 says consider the following converging geometric series. And yeah, I remember invigilating this, they forgot the word converging. I just included it here, so a lot of learners were confused how to solve it, but yeah. It should have read following converging geometric series for 1 minus k over 5 plus 8 times in brackets 1 minus k divided by 5 squared plus 16 1 minus k divided by 5 3. So they wanted the values of k. When they say converging, I should know r is less than 1 and greater than minus 1. That's what only time it will converge. Right? So again, I first have to find the r value. So r term 2 divided by term 1. 8, 1 minus k to the power 5 over squared. Now I say over squared, divided by 4, 1 minus k to the power 5. 8 divided by 4 gives me 2. There 2 minus 1 would give me 1. So I'm left with 1 minus k over 5. 1 mark for calculating r correctly. Another mark for understanding that r must be less than 1 and greater than minus 1 for converging series. Alright, substituting 2 1 minus k over 5 less than 1 greater than minus 1. Alright, so we have to determine the values of k, so I want k on its own. So first, I'm going to get rid of 2, that's 2 times the bracket. So to get rid of multiplication, I'm going to use division, right? 2 divided by 2, and what I do here, I do right through. So that becomes minus 1 divided by 2 and 1 divided by 2. So 2 divided by 2 becomes 1, it cancels, and I'm left with 1 minus k over 5. Alright, there, 1 minus k divided by 5. To get rid of the division, I'm going to use multiplication. Right, so times 5 over 1, that way 5 and 5 cancels. But what I do here, I'm going to do right through, so that becomes minus 1 times 5 over 2. That becomes 1 times 5 over 2. 5 and 5 cancel, so I'm left with 1 minus k. 5 times 1 gives me 5 over 2, negative 5 over 2. 1 times 5 gives me 5 over 2. Right, plus 1, if I take it over, will become negative 1. So there's minus 1, and on the other side, if I take it over, minus 1. So minus 5 over 2 minus 1 would give me negative 7 over 2. 5 over 2 minus 1 would give me 3 over 2. Right, but then we put in an extra surprise for you. Remember, when I divide by a negative, what happens to the inequality sign? They change direction, right? So negative k divided by negative, we'll change that to greater than negative 3 over 2 and less than 7 over 2. Alright? Now I can leave it like that, but the standard form is to ensure that my smallest value, just like in a number line, is on the left and my biggest values are on the right. So there, if I change k greater than less than, negative 3 over 2 would be on the left and 7 over 2 would be on the right. And there's my fourth mark. Right, so this is the most complex we've asked, where we ask you to solve for x or k. Right, I hope I've done justice to the problem and you understand it. If you do, please like and subscribe. Right, God bless, bye.